Greetings. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. I'm talking about that's a metaphor for uh, Trump and Hillary. Her name is Hillary. She thinks she belongs on the hill and will kill just for a thrill and for that funky dollar bill. And ain't, Donald Trump ain't no chump, but she trying to pump Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, he came in with a strategy to expose the war crimes of Hillary, how they, you know, a lot of y'all can't see this because a lot of Caucasians can't see it because they, they devils, they don't care how the job gets done, long as it gets done. If it take exterminating whole villages and whatever, they don't care how the job gets done as long as it gets done because they want to be number one. And they think, well, I'm white. I know I got certain privilege no matter how long or how low on the totem pole I go. I'm white. And if the big chief is white and I'm white, I know I might not have a lot of clout. I know I might get turned out. But being white is what it's all about. you know. And then you got black people that know that when you're white, it ain't about being right. It's about how much might that makes your game tight. That's how they roll. And so they roll with you got a whole lot of blacks up there on the hill, a whole lot of boule, gatekeepers, you know, uh, all in Hollywood. Anytime you got any type of form of communication, music, movies, or whatever, they are programming you to go along with the agenda. And right now, up there in Washington, they're dominating the airwaves with the impeachment procedures, and it's going to go into next year. They're going to thoroughly program those who are susceptible to being programmed, and a lot of currency is going to be manipulated. See, everybody is programmed to consume, and with very little production coming from the labor force. You got a certain amount of production coming from the labor force. But it's not enough because they done distribute the labor force, or what you could say, not distributed, but outsourced the labor to other countries because they, in their negotiation and their trade deals in the past, they on they on they on they negotiation, sometimes they gave up a little bit too much. See, Donald Trump, he recognized that, we gangsters, man. We always been gangsterizing. We don't get soft now. So they feel like Hillary Clinton, you know, she ain't soft, but her judgment is like that of a woman. See, the will of a woman is not like the will power of a man. See, the willpower of a man is to conquer and dominate. The willpower of a woman, her first nature is to be conquered. I don't care what it is. It could be by man or it could be by money or power. But man, he don't conquer power. He take power. I take what I want. If a man's mind is made up to be that type of person or have that type of will, he takes what I want. But anyway, it's stronger than most women. His determination lasts longer than a woman. A woman, a lot of times, her feminine emotions will get in the way. Not all women, and not all men are like what I'm saying. But men were groomed to rule. The mothers in the Caucasian community grooms their children, the males, to rule. Or either their father or whatever. They groom to rule. But in the black man's community, they never was prepared, to rule here in America. Now, elsewhere it's different. But it's fading elsewhere also. It's fading in Africa. It's fading around the planet. Because that Caucasian, he came up in them caves, man. Real hard. Y'all talking about, I came up in the ghetto. That's hard. No, man, it's almost like them caves, but it ain't like them caves that they came up in, man. See, and they remember that, how them caves was. They remember how we put them in them caves. Our ancestors put them in them caves up in Europe for 2,000 or 3,000 years, and they came out tough, rough, and we've been kind of like soft, man. We've been living life in the sun and wake up, go outside, pick a fruit off a tree, eat it. We was living off the fat of the land, living good, and so we had got soft, man. And the same thing with then is now that we soft now, because our mothers fell in love with the Caucasian. I know a lot of females say, no, I don't like the car. Y'all like them. You know, I don't care how much Afrocentricity that you have. You love that Caucasian. It's bred in you. And only till not too long ago when Master Farad came, he started breeding it out of you through the teachings, you know. But there's so few believers in the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad. And even some of them, you know, I know for a fact. I got cousins and my mother and them. My mother she joined the Nation of Islam back in the 40s, man. You know, I wasn't even born yet, but I was in her stomach when she was going, and and she loved white people, man. She fell for that white people's rhetoric, you know, love everybody, Jesus loved everybody, and all that kind of stuff. She didn't read it right, and plus she was mad at her family. See, a whole lot of us are mad with members of our families. And we don't go to the root and understand why we are mad at each other. You know, we was bred like that, you know, like the way we are. Just like when we sent them to them caves, they sent us to the caves mentally, you know. This got to be to continue. This got to be to continue. So we're going to shut this one down for right now. Come back with a 3. Jack and Jill going up that hill. We still talking about Jack and Jill, but we got to mix up. We got to put a little mix in it. This is Black Light.